Jesus Christ never introduced himself using pronouns. I am he, Jesus, John 18:5. Stay retired, Paul. You're a better commentator than fighter. Does it make you feel good saying that? Now would you say that to my face man to man? Nope, you'd kick my ass. That's why I said it on Twitter. Fair enough. Imagine being here with the love of your life. Did a tick write this tweet? You will never change what you tolerate. Research. #flat earth. No curve here. Can we agree on that? I love flat earthers because they remind me that even though I'm a failure, there are always people even more disappointing than me. Friendly reminder that you don't get to celebrate Lunar New Year's unless you're literally from a country that does, or if you are invited by someone who is from a country that does. Friendly reminder that I hereby formally invite everyone to celebrate Lunar New Year. There's a young black guy sitting next to me on this flight. His phone rang and it said baby doll. I dare him to try to holla and say he's single. How can someone be minding his business, you invade his privacy and assume he wants to talk to you, then make up a scenario in your head and be offended in advance? Is everything alright with you, dear?
If you're at a dinner and somebody introduces himself as Dr. Smith, you'd be rather upset to learn that he had a doctorate in musicology if you were to suffer a stroke at the table.
If you were at a dinner party and someone introduced themselves as Ben Shapiro, you'd be rather upset to be at that dinner party. Dr. Evan Williams, DMA Music Composition. My son at 16, bedtime is 9. He has no phone and no internet access without a parent sitting in the room. Then it is limited to an hour max. There are parental passcodes on the TVs and he can only watch certain TV programs. Crazy that those are going to be the exact rules you follow in the nursing home. Today I learned that in 2002, a researcher found that the average 8-year-old British child could identify 80% of Pokemon, but only 50% of common wildlife species. Common wildlife species don't normally yell their names at you. That's a good point. My uncle said he wouldn't discuss Trump with me unless I said one good thing he's done, so I said he's normalizing makeup for men, and it didn't go as I planned. American football coaches versus European football coaches. Is it just me or do all the European football coaches look like Bond villains, unlike the US ones who look like Austin Powers villains? Gray sweatpants are for dudes with dick, not dudes with peepees. But if I say leggings are for bitches with ass, not bitches with long backs, I'm the bad guy. People that walk fast are reported to be less happy. The faster you walk, the more unhappy you are. Damn right, I'm unhappy because I'm trapped behind a slow walker now. Move! A day may come when I am not mistaken for another brown actor, but it is not this day. Every time I get recognized for you, I think, man, I wish it were true. I have taken credit for both of your accolades in the last 2 weeks, so I guess I owe you each a photo, half a beer, and an awkward extended hug. Why do you have 3 accounts? Jared Leto, 51, and Nick Offerman, 52, are only a year apart. How is this possible? I'm no fan of Jared Leto, but this is a pointlessly cruel comparison. How is he supposed to live up to Nick Offerman? How are any of us supposed to live up to Nick Offerman? God doesn't cancel people. He literally started all of humanity over with a flood.
My wife, who it is rumored is a doctor, stayed up all night with my 5-year-old because my girl has a brutal cough due to flu. Tonight is my turn. My wife then got up and went to work to care for her patients. That's feminism, not murdering babies outside the womb.
You're a podcaster. You probably should have done both nights. You're beautiful. You're loved. You matter. Don't forget it. You pay people $8 an hour. I love when people complain about Twitter. On Twitter. Good point. When the hamburger store gets my order wrong, I always go complain to the dry cleaners. 101-year-old veteran says cold Coors Light is the secret to long life. Everyone already knows water is good for you, LMFAO. Next time you think of eating a chicken, remember that they had a family, just like you. This is why I order a family bucket at KFC. No one is left behind. Family reunion in my belly. It's not a micrometer. Yeah, if we wanted that, we'd just tattoo your Micrometers are used to measure with accuracy, not small things. I wish my was consistent, but it varies greatly based off if your mom has a bag over her head or not. If we all just switched to cursive and stick-shift cars, we could cripple an entire generation. I love how you all talk shit about a generation you raised like it's their fault and not yours. Period. Please warn us before posting a dick pic. Men under 5'11 shouldn't exist. Rip dad. I'm 5'7, but that's 11'7 over your dad, if that helps. If you use facial recognition for anything, the government has your face, lol. Wait until you find out about driver's licenses. I'm not religious, but I believe Tim Curry is having a good time in the afterlife. I totally respect you're not religious, darling, as nor am I. If you could at least wait until I'm dead, though, that'd be smashing. Want to know who wouldn't have these problems with Thanos? Let them defeat Rotten Tomatoes first. Send tanks to our southern border, not Ukraine. You want to shoot refugees with tanks? So godlike of you, Congresswoman. Me, you're a politician, stop tweeting like this. Inner me, you're too lit to politic. Toronto City Councilor Norm Kelly. The city is currently looking into how we can extract the salt from my haters and apply it to roads this winter. We'll keep you guys posted. Do men still open car doors? How do you think we get inside? My daughter was wearing a flannel hoodie, so I said, hey, the 90s called, and she replied, yeah, because they couldn't text, and god damn it, I'm getting really tired of my kids owning me. Would people be as comfortable buying meat if the date the animal was killed was displayed alongside the best before date? Consumers should remember that meat is the dead flesh from a once living, breathing, sentient animal who didn't want to die. Actually, I would feel more comfortable. It would make choosing fresher meat easier. That's a very good idea, when vegan ideas backfire completely. The sad reality of our world. You have 27,000 tweets. You joined here in June 2016, which means you joined here 136 weeks ago. 136 weeks is 952 days. If you divide 27,000 to 952, the result is 28. You tweet 28 times a day, yet you still talk about how everyone is addicted to their phones. Being gay is not biologically natural. Same-sex relations have been documented in over 1,500 species. Hang-ups about same-sex relations have been documented in 1. And we just hit another all-time high in Twitter usage, lol. Rome has never been this brightly lit at night, Nero. Millennials aren't buying diamonds. Why? Too busy filing out job applications that ask them to attach their resume and then enter what's on that same resume on the next page. It must kind of stink that you can't run 3 times. You know, if I ran a 3rd time, it'd be sort of like doing a 3rd Hangover movie. Didn't really work out very well, did it? Mr. President. How do you block fact checkers? I'm so sick of this crap popping up on everything. How about posting the truth? I can't believe Taylor Swift is about to turn 30. She still looks so young. It's strange to think that 90% of her eggs are already gone, 97% by the time she turns 40. So I hope she thinks about having kids before it's too late. She'd be a fun mom. I hope she buys a house near an elementary school so you can't get within 5 blocks of her. Dinner. Get a nice salmon fillet at the supermarket, not too big. Put some olive oil and lemon juice on it, wrap it up in damp paper towels, nuke it in the microwave for 3 minutes or so, eat it, maybe add a salad. This is maybe the shortest horror story you've ever written. Human penises are shrinking because of pollution, warn scientists. See you all at the next climate strike. How old are you, Greta? Old enough to laugh at your shrinking penis? Want some juice rolling down my face right now? You better cry then, Darren. If God made you a male, that's not a mistake. If God made you a female, that's not a mistake. Saying any different is insulting a perfect creator. Read your word. God made you a brunette, yet you are now a blonde. God gave you bad vision, yet you fixed it with glasses. God gave you crooked teeth, yet you straightened them with braces. Trans people change the outside to match the inside, just like you do. Sit down. Jesus said to. When the girl you invited over is so bored by Netflix's film selection that she decides to leave. Maybe because you were actually trying to watch a movie, Brian. The only marriages God will ever recognize is between a man and a woman. Apparently you didn't recognize its value considering you cheated on your wife. No English word has double O except the word food. Prove me wrong. This is proof that preschool education is important in childhood and that choosing the right books and tools to learn is more important than Nollywood. For now, get a stool, go back to the classroom, and learn some coordination. Don't be a hooligan. They think your haircuts are un-American. Well, it was very observant of them because we aren't American, actually. 12 months ago, I was Person of the Year. 12 months ago, most people didn't know how unhinged you were. How do y'all be 27 plus with no kids? Seeing y'all be 23 with 5 kids will do that to you. Last book that made you cry. University Physics with Modern Physics 14th edition by Hugh D. Young, Roger A. Friedman. No doubt tears of joy. You've stated that you believe that there could be an infinite number of parallel universes. Does that mean there is a universe out there where I am smarter than you? Yes, and also a universe where you're funny. Damn. Your generation are mostly spoiled brats that cry if they don't get their way, as if your generation didn't spit on soldiers and implode if a black person used the same water fountain. Wake up, Wanda. Most third world migrants cannot assimilate into civil societies. Prove me wrong. Third world refugee here. I have a PhD in English and I won a Pulitzer Prize in fiction. What have you done? Who wins this fight and why? You're literally putting the God of Thunder against a guy with a sore throat in a Halloween costume. 9-year-old boy pays off entire school lunch debt for his class after saving his allowance. No, just no. Give this boy back his money and make school lunch free. This is not a heartwarming story. Little kids should not be cleaning up the messes made by selfish adults. Small coffee, $5. Small coffee, please, $3. Hello, one small coffee, please, $1.75. I'm not saying please to someone below me. Judging by this comment, there is literally nobody below you. MIT gets burned. Ready for a world in which a $50 DNA test can predict your odds of earning a PhD or forecast which toddler gets into a selective preschool? You can do this already with a zip code. What's stopping you from doing this with your partner? Common sense. Yup. Homosexuality is an abomination to God Almighty. Never misses a gay event. Yeah, that's got him there. KJ Appa and Cole Sprouse when they were actually 17. Man, I would have absolutely crushed you at age 17. Crushed. At Cole Sprouse. You wouldn't even have survived the weight of my wallet. Shout out to England for trying the vaccine first. Well, they don't have rights in England, so they probably didn't have a choice. You're not even allowed unpasteurized cheese in the USA. Don't tell me you rights. The only rights you have above and beyond the UK is the right for a person with a room temperature IQ to buy a gun. Why do women train for ripped abs? It's because they want to look like men. Truthfully, it's gross. Lips, tits, and hips. Men are simple. We want the classic beauty of a feminine hourglass shape. At no time in history did men ever want women with ribbed abs. Hi, historian here. I'm comfortable in saying that at no time in history have women ever wanted you. 90% of men are ugly and 90% of women are pretty. Sorry, we are both in the 10%. Guys, what's stopping you from dressing like this 24/7? I do not work at Olive Garden. A government that thinks it can control what stove you use is a government with too much power, and yet here you are, controlling what women can do with a bun in the oven. MAGA-themed wedding pays tribute to Trump. How empty is your life when you make your wedding about another man? OnlyFans is banning porn, which means you gotta get a job now. That's funny looking at, like, almost a year later. Twitch streamers telling OnlyFans girls to get a real job is the definition of irony. My boyfriend got his side pregnant, but we both love each other. Should I stay? Yes, they'll need a clown for the kids' birthday parties.